Well, looky here! A trailer for Disney's probably, perhaps, maybe, possibly, quite likely, most hated live-action adaptation ever. Which, considering the general reputation of live-action adaptations, is quite impressive, honestly. Snow White. And the best part about this one, the reason why we're going to look at it is because this was of course the same trailer that was released in cinemas. The same trailer that Disney went to apparently great lengths to wipe off the internet whatever it appeared thereafter. Now, the charitable interpretation of that line of action would of course be that Disney is merely trying to get rid of illegally captured footage that was filmed via, cell phones, cameras, or whatever. The slightly less charitable interpretation might instead be that it was a god-awful trailer and that Disney doesn't really know what to do with this movie anymore, but it's too far into production now and they've got to earn some of their money back. So, let's have a quick little look at it, shall we? Snow White. In theaters, March 21st. Oh my.
This was my father's kingdom. A place of fairness. But the queen changed everything.
Take him away!
Your Majesty,
What did you say?
the people need some kindness.
So right away, one of the interesting things that they're doing to pivot here is the idea of fairness. Instead of the fairest of them all, as in beauty and pale skin, they're instead trying to conflate this with fairness as in government, as in, well, legal proceedings. Which, I mean, I understand, as this is the evil Queen Gal Gadot, who is no longer the premier beauty of the kingdom, and this is Snow White. The chick that's apparently hotter than her. I see why you would wish to pivot, but, I mean, for some reason, when the evil queen goes to a magic mirror and goes, mirror, mirror upon the wall, who's the fairest of them all, I don't think she's asking it to opine about her legal policy. just a thought.
Goodness.
I really don't remember you being this opinionated. Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all?
Please, Magic Mirror, judge my judicial system. My legislature needs your guidance.
Famed is thy beauty, Majesty. But the lovely maiden I now behold.
I look at you, and I just want to be the fairest of them all.
So again, why is she the fairest of them all? Because she gives a piece of bread to the other Disney child actor. That's about it. Again, I you know what? I actually kind of like the idea of this pivot on a purely hypothetical idea. English, on a pure hypothetical level. The idea of going, okay, beauty comes from within and all that, that's actually a pretty good Disney message. The only problem is, they've broken its back with this casting. They could easily have doubled up on it, that beauty comes from both without and from within, because, well, the easiest way to sympathize with the character is to make them pretty. Duh.
The queen is evil. You must flee into the...
I love that delivery. Like, the queen is just evil. Listen to me, Snow White. She's a bad bitch. You gotta run.
woods.
Are we about to see dwarves? No, CGI animals first.
My parents always said this forest was a magical place.
I mean, yeah, that's a weird. Oh, that's an interesting looking turtle there. By magical place, I'm presuming they meant that cocaine grows free and wild. Or that all of the animals have rabies and therefore do not fear humans. One of the two.
Hello? Is there anybody here?
Oh God, that city! That's some CGI right there. Oh boy. Oh, Jesus. See, this is one of the problems when you try to do the whole live action plus not actually really live action thing, because the previous dwarves looked bad, really bad. When they weren't even the dwarves, they were simply just a bunch of rebels of all sizes, shapes, and colors. That looked bad, but this here is the issue. You hit the uncanny valley so hard that you create... I don't know what to call this, whether I am supposed to view it as a satirical parody or as propaganda mid-1930s Germany. Then they ran screaming away from the woman.
It's a human.
Oh god, those faces. Holy shit. I mean, that one looks okay. That one looks okay. Ugh, I don't know. That one looks special. That one looks kind of okay. The exaggerated nose kind of does it, and the facial hair. Like, you could make this work. I don't see why you would need to make it work, because you could just, you know, do it in a cartoon style, but...
What did you think I was?
Nothing. Ghost. You'll be safe from the Queen here.
The Queen stole everything from all of us. I'm gonna need your help. It's time to restore our kingdom.
Waiting on a wish, holding out for someday, hoping somehow, some way, here comes a miracle.
Find Snow White.
I close my eyes and see the girl I meant to
This is our kingdom.
Now, this is actually one potential strength here, because for all of... My god, that face. This actor's fallings, she can sing. I'm pretty sure she was in musicals previously, so there might actually be a hope for the musical numbers, which is more than one could say for certain other productions recently.
We're here to take it back.
You were saying.
I'm sorry, my dear. Did I frighten you?
Right. Disney's Snow White. Yeah, I'm seeing why Disney might have wanted to get rid of this trailer by other means, and judging by the likes and the dislikes, it's not doing particularly amazing at the moment either, although 7,000 to 14,000 downvotes, it's better than I would have expected. Then again, it's only been out for like 3 hours as well, so there is that. You know, in theory even, the pivot towards fair not as in beauty, but as in inner beauty, as in charity, being a good ruler, etc. I kind of like the idea. The only problem is, they've already shot themselves in the foot by undermining the original meaning of the word. If you had simply taken Snow White as it was, the fairest of them all, the greatest beauty, and then expanded upon that to include the beauty of the mind, the soul, etc., kindness, that would have been a very interesting add-on that might have justified the uprise of the common men and the peasantry, because... Okay, if you've basically got a succession battle between the queen, the legal queen, and the princess, and the only deciding factor is whom you'd like to shag more, that's a very weird succession conflict there, absolutely. But if you can add to that with an actual legitimate cause for justice, for the rule of law, etc., as a fair ruler, that actually adds some weight and gravitas to the storytelling. I can actually teach the kids a valuable lesson as well. You could actually work in some morality into that. Not that Disney would want to, of course, in the current year, but there is so much you could do with it that is not going to be done with it because you've already undermined the first part of the story, the fairest of them all. And the mix of CGI, again, the previous dwarves looked terrible. They looked worse than this. And the fact that Disney has at least decided to listen to the audience up until the point that they decided to switch out the terrible live-action actors for CGIs, well, it's a step in the right direction. It's a crawl, it's a lunge, it's a worm snaky slither forward in the right direction, but it only makes it weirder. It's like that strange upcoming Mufasa movie, where they decided to make The Lion King live action by having, just CGI animals? We're stretching the definition of live action here somewhat, aren't we? As you've really got to go all in if you're gonna do it, as mixing, live action with cinematic stuff, it can kind of work, but honestly, you'd be better off doing it like we did it back in the good old days of God, what was that movie with the basketball playing? Michael Jordan and the wacky cartoon thingy, Space Jam? Where you basically have a clear delineation between cartoon characters and real people, so that you can keep and add in the magic of the cartoons with live action actors, getting, as far as you can anyways, the best of both worlds, instead of trying for pseudo-realistic CGI that just ends up looking really weird next to the actual actors. But hey, I'm not going to complain about Disney burning another $1 billion hole in their pocket, so I'm very much so looking forward to the release of this movie and its, I'm sure, global success. At least for some people. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Have a good day.